Hey there, welcome to my channel. Today I will share with you news about iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max with details, specs, release date and prices. So let's check it out. iPhone 11 Pro or Max buyers, everything you need to know about Apple's 2019 iPhones. Every feature you should care about, from a new camera lens to faster Face ID. Apple's new iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro and iPhone 11 Pro Max are now on sale. But before you pre-order one of the three new phones, you'll want to know all about their most promising features and what they're missing compared to their rivals. Earlier this week, we spent some time with all three iPhones. Here's what we found, from the three cameras and matte steel casings of the iPhone 11 Pro to what that midnight green color looks like in real life. The iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max start at $699, $999 and $1,099, respectively. These new iPhones pick up a fresh palette of colors, longer battery life, and an A13 Bionic processor inside that promises faster performance. But more than any other feature, it's the camera hardware and software that take the headlining role. Keep in mind that we're holding off any final buying advice until we get a chance to fully test the phones, especially Apple's claims that battery life improves up to 5 hours over last year's models for the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Those three cameras on the back of the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max are Apple's biggest risks in a series that plays it safe this year. For many people, the iPhone represents the gold standard for smartphone design and cutting-edge features like Face ID unlocking, which Apple says is now faster than before. But despite bread-and-butter features like support for Wi-Fi 6, the iPhone 11 Trio fails to push the envelope, relying instead on the big camera change and smaller refinements to keep up momentum. There's number 5G carrier support, we expect that to come in 2020, and none of the reverse wireless charging that was rumored to charge the Apple AirPods, Apple Watch and other phones of the back of the iPhone 11, as you can with the Galaxy S10 and Note 10 phones. Apple also held back on rumored features like making the new iPhone 11s compatible with the Apple Pencil and a USB-C port that was whispered to replace the Lightning connection. We already think that the best feature in the new base model, the regular iPhone 11, might be its price. Without a strong suite of new features to tantalize buyers, Apple has its work cut out for it as it heads into the hyper-competitive holiday season in 2020. Phone sales are down. Competitors like Samsung, Google and Huawei are pulling ahead on camera tools and features. And then there's the question of 5G. iPhone users will have to wait a full year unless Apple surprises us all with a special event before September 2020. The iPhone 11, 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max go on pre-order starting Friday, September 13th at 5 a.m. PT. They arrive in store on September 20th. Apple will continue to sell the iPhone XR for $599 and the iPhone 8 for $449. For now, take a look at everything important that the new iPhones have to offer. You can catch up on everything else Apple announced here, from iOS 13's launch date to the brand new Apple Watch Series 5. Here's how the iPhone 11 phones compare to the iPhone X. You've heard that the midnight green shade is ugly, but photos don't do it justice. Chalk us up as fans, we think it's actually a standout color that looks alluring in person. We're not sure the surcharge from regular iPhone 11 to 11 Pro is worth it for these new finishes alone, but having that telephoto lens does help round out the feature set for the pricier models. What stood out most were the cameras and the telephoto lens, especially because that feels like the main difference between the iPhone 11 and the far pricier 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max. All three phones share most of the other features, at least so far as we could tell during our brief hands-on time with the phone. The new slow-mo video mode for the front-facing camera is fun, but not a must-have feature by any means. Still, we wouldn't be surprised if other phone makers cribbed this one. Swapping among the three camera lenses on the Pro and Pro Max feels seamless, and a new haptic touch feedback that Apple's using instead of 3D touch is pretty easy to invoke on the sharp new display, just hold down your finger. Rear cameras. Wide, ultra-wide, telephoto. The iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max are all about the camera. Competing brands are no stranger to the three-camera system, or even four. But this marks Apple's first time pairing a wide-angle lens with both telephoto and ultra-wide-angle sensors. We're working up a camera deep dive for you soon, but what you really need to know is that Apple wants to make it as easy for you to switch from the main 12-megapixel camera lens to the 13-megapixel ultra-wide-angle lens to the 12-megapixel telephoto sensor, which you do from the main camera screen. Having used this type of system on other phones, like the Huawei P30 Pro and Galaxy Note 10 for example, it really can make photos more atmospheric or striking, especially landscape shots, when taken with the ultra-wide lens. Apple says it will fit in 4 times the amount of scenery compared to the main camera. On the flip side, a telephoto shot can make the difference between grabbing your picture or not when you're too far to really see the face or detail you're trying to capture because you're simply too far away. A concert, a cornice on a historical building, a celebrity behind a velvet rope. That sort of thing. Apple says it'll deliver a total of 4x optical zoom through its camera system, though the telephoto lens is spec'd out for 2x optical zoom. Dedicated night mode is another thing that's become a base feature in premium phones. It's intended to make details brighter and reduce noise in low-lit conditions. But the most interesting feature, which we won't see at the iPhone 11's launch, it'll come to all 3 phones, is Deep Fusion, which takes the best features from 9 different images that the iPhone automatically takes. It uses machine learning to combine these disparate shots in a second, then serve up a compilation with sharper details than you'd get if you took it yourself. That's the theory, anyway. The last feature we can't wait to try out is slow motion video for the front-facing camera, but maybe that's just so we can say new iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max key specs. 2 screen sizes. 5.8 and 6.5-inch OLED displays, both 458 pixel density. Super Retina XDR display supports HDR10 with Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos sound. Phone body. Textured matte finish. 64 GB, 256 GB, 512 GB storage capacities. 3 rear cameras with 4x optical zoom. Wide, ultra-wide, telephoto lenses, OIS for wide and telephoto. Upcoming camera feature called Deep Fusion compiles 9 images to reduce noise and amp up details. 4 hours more battery life, Pro, and 5 hours longer battery life, Pro Max, than last year's models. Faster Face ID unlocking. Wi-Fi 6 support, but number 5G 4K video for both front and rear cameras, with slow motion video for the selfie camera, aka Slofies. New portrait lighting effect. Monochrome. iOS 13 on board, with system-wide dark mode. Fast charging adapter. Colors. Midnight green, space gray, silver, gold. iPhone 11 Pro starts at $999 or $25 per month, with trade-in, £1,049, AU $1,749. iPhone 11 Pro Max starts at $1,099 or $29 per month, with trade-in. What's new in the iPhone 11? 6 colors. Black, white, yellow, purple, green, product red. A13 Bionic chip. 64 GB, 128 GB, 512 GB storage capacities. Hour more battery life than iPhone XR. Faster Face ID unlocking. Wi-Fi 6 support, but number 5G dual camera system with a 12-megapixel lenses. Wide and ultra-wide, switch by tapping on the screen. Camera night mode. 2x optical zoom. New portrait lighting in monochrome. 12-megapixel front-facing camera, up from 7 megapixels. 4K video for both front and rear cameras, with slow-motion video for the selfie camera. iOS 13. Starts at $699 or $17 per month with trade-in, £729, AU $1,199. Will the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max reinvigorate Apple's iPhones, or will excitement flag? Stay tuned as we weigh in on Apple's announcement and go hands-on when we see Apple's new iPhones after the event. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, then